as for right now, we shall Gwent it up. And now, my question is, I mean, we told him that we are more of a Northern Realms person. Does he deliberately try to counter whichever deck that you say you're going to use? Is it actually that devious? That would be pretty insane if that was the case. I mean, it could work, but then, of course, the game would sort of need to have several options for this guy to use, ready to go, and he'd take them based on which faction you say you're planning on using. But I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I certainly could be. But it'd just be a nifty thing if that were the case. But do we want to go Northern Realms for that reason? Or I was saying before that I'd like to try to experiment with some of the new leaders. Okay. Let's see. Move agile units to whichever valid row maximizes their strength. Don't move units already in optimal row. Huh. It's a bit of a strange one. This is, I think, new. Because, of course, when you initially play them, you're going to try to do what you can to play them in the ideal row. There are some things like weather effects that could change that after you play them, and then you'd like to move them around. And, what else? You know, if you subsequently double one of the rows, and then you want to move it into that row that gets doubled, or you play something like Milva in the range row, so suddenly the cards in the range row get +1. It just feels like, you know, to a certain extent, just play them in the right row to begin with, and then that means that this is not giving you much value, and, you know, I'm not sure how much additional benefit you're getting out of that, that adaptability by moving around after you've already played them, so not a huge fan of it. Maybe, what was the new Nilfgaard ability that sounded like it was pretty interesting? Draw a card from your opponent's discard pile. This is nifty. So we can, of course, make a point of deliberately playing our opponent's strongest card from their discard pile. Now, I imagine you probably can't take heroes because they're unaffected by special effects cards, and this probably fits that description. But as long as they have something decent, we should be able to, if we time this correctly, turn this into a pretty effective leader ability, I would think. So I'm intrigued by this. I think we at least activate this, and then, I mean, it's been a while since we played Nilfgaard, of course. So, oh, but we picked up the Toad recently from Olgrid. Now, it's Olgrid or Olgerd, but was that monsters only? It might have been monsters only because we're. Oh, hold on. Go back to all cards here. Can we use it in Nilfgaard? I think it might have been monsters only because I'm not seeing it here. We don't have our Black Infantry Archer in here? Or did we recently add this guy and haven't since, or we recently got this guy and have not yet added it to our deck? Also have Triss that we could put in. I mean, she's not that good because she's only a 7 strength rather than the usual 10 strength hero, but looks like we may still be able to optimize this deck a little bit more. Like, taking out Vesemir is probably worth doing. But at the very least, put in the 10 strength Black Infantry Archer here, because that's basically just, you know, that's 4 more strength. Then, do we want Triss? That's maybe a little bit tougher. We do have the 4 times Imperial Brigade Guard, which is, it's a tricky one, because if you get numerous of them, it can be extremely powerful. But if you get only 1 or 2, then suddenly it's not one of your better cards, it's one of your weaker cards. So it's one of those high-risk, high-reward options that when it does pay off, you're looking good, you're happy about it. When it doesn't, you're not so pleased. So I don't know if we go for something a little more consistent, and Triss would certainly be more consistent with 7 strength hero. We can't get changed at all. There are also the 6 strengthers, like you. Get out of here. Get Triss in, and then we do actually still have some other potentially interesting cards here. We could put in a 9 strength spy, but I'm not a huge fan of 9 strength spies because that's just so much. What if we do... What was it? Another medic. One power medic, which is not that strong, but a medic is a medic. I mean, it's better than this, right? Better than a 0 strength medic. It does go in a different row, so it's a little bit different, but at very least, that's, in theory, a minor upgrade there. I mean, yeah, we do still have several 6 strength cards remaining. So, do we have anything that looks like it's better than that? I mean, we do have... We only have... Oh, we have 2 young emissaries. So those guys, if we do get them both out, we'll double each other. So at worst, they're 5. At best, they're 10. So again, another high-risk, high-reward option. Depending on how it plays out, it's either better or worse than the alternative. But if you have both them and the... Where are they? You have both them and the Imperial Brigade Guards, which currently elude me, but I believe are currently in our deck. There they are. Then that's a lot of cards that you need to have in your hand simultaneously. So I think we probably try to limit that to a certain extent, because you're just not going to have all the Imperial Brigade Guards, all the young emissaries simultaneously. That just... We're asking for too much of a perfect hand. So I think we go with this then. Let's give it a shot. Oh, we had 9 specials, so we could change that. Let's see. Well, it's too late now, I'm afraid. But we've got 10 strength Black Infantry Archers. Those are our best base non-hero units. We got Geralt, that's big. Gillard Fitzosserlin is a 7 strength spy, which is a lot of strength for a spy, so that's not great. And our 6 strengthers, I think, are probably also cards we'd like to dump. Do we have any reason why we'd like to have one of them over the other? I think we have a lot going on in the range row, so we probably dump you and get our best siege strength card, so that's good. Now, we also Commander's Horn here, Scorch and Decoy. I think that's fine. Who are there? They're also Nilfgaard. Okay. Let's try to gauge, like, you know, our Decoy. Could we swipe one of their spies? Like, Monsters doesn't have a lot of spies, so that'd be pretty tough to make that happen. But against Nilfgaard, I think that's definitely a possibility. I think that's probably good to keep. Could be quite strong, in which case, yeah, probably dump you. Either that or maybe even Gillard Fitzosserlin. But, I mean, he is still a spy, right? Okay, we got a melee nerf, which we have 1 melee card and it's our spy, or Geralt, but he's unaffected. And they immediately play a spy. So yes, we could swipe it. Though it's a 9 strength spy, so it's a pretty weak one. So maybe we try to see if they have anything better from a spy standpoint that we can steal instead of that guy. I think maybe we return the favor and play our spy here. So I do like to play them early to see what we have to work with. And we got Medic Hero, that's pretty big. And okay, here's a slightly better spy, which is the one that we just played ourselves. So we could decoy to swipe you. Or we could try to be patient and wait a little bit longer, though. Does Nilfgaard have any lower strength spies? It does, right? There's a 4 strength spy that they may or may not have. So we could potentially wait to see if that might be the next card they play, but then again, who knows? We actually have a ton of medics between our 2 heroes here. I think we give it a shot. And what do they do next? They're going to play the 4 strength spy, right? Now, Mysterious Elf, we now know the identity of. This may be the first time we've seen someone play it after having figured out who it is. But it's a hero, so we can't actually steal him. But I think we, again, play our spies, and we're just taking turns trading spies here. This time we got Letho plus another medic, and they're going to decoy swipe one of our spies. Man, this is insane. Everyone is stealing all the spies. Now, I think we are out of spies here. So what we'll do is... I mean, they're probably going to play that spy next turn, and then with all of our medics on round 2 or 3, we can play more of those spies out of our graveyard. That's very likely what we'll end up doing with these guys. But at least for now, why don't we play one of our heroes? Oh, we got Sirius well. It's another big hero. Let's play one of our non-medic heroes just to get some strength here that is unaffected by any other cards, because we may follow up with a melee nerf here. I mean, well, giving us more cards. Or you're giving us more strength. You're taking more cards, I should say. So, here's the interesting thing. We have 26 to their 7 strength, which would take at least 2 turns for them to pass us, I would think. If not, potentially even more. Because the melee nerf would be one of the quickest ways to lower our strength. That lowers them as well, not by quite as much as it does us, but we have Letho there. That's part of the reason why I wanted to put him down, was that that does give us more flexibility here. And that if we pass now, then they don't have an easy option to outdo us. And then that means for round 2 or round 3, we can start to use our decoys, or rather our medics to play the spies out of our graveyard, although they still have one more medic that they swipe from us with that decoy, right? That they're going to end up playing, probably. Or have they already done that? They already do that? I think we still pass here, because we have enough spies to play out of our graveyard, and we can, of course, do whatever other card they may end up destroying. We can also play that out of our graveyard as well, so I think we're probably good here. And then we have our leader ability that allows us to play a card out of their graveyard, too. So we can play these guys from our graveyard with our medic, and then we play you out of your graveyard from our leader ability. So, no shortage of spies. Question is, how do they react to this? Oh, very clever. Very clever. They do still need to play 2 cards here to surpass us. So it is a relatively efficient way for them to pass us with that big dragon play, but let's see. They do still have card advantage, but they'll immediately pass. What is our best way to make this work then? Because this could be an opportunity. If we go... We don't have any particularly weak cards for us to use as our just throwaway cards to take this round. However, because they pass so early, this is potentially a chance to throw a bunch of spies on their side, get a bunch of additional cards going into round 3. Thing is, in order to do that, we either have to play a hero, which is a pretty big card. That's a relatively high amount of strength, and we're using up our medic. But we get points on our side, a lot of points on our side. So like getting 10 strength in order to play a, 7 strength spy means that we'll still be in the lead, even after playing a strong card on their side. So, whereas if we play our 1 strength medic, then that means that he's not going... The spy that we play on their side is going to be stronger than you. So we would actually need to play additional cards in order to catch up to you. So you're not that good in this circumstance, although the one benefit of playing you is that you are a normal card, so we could then use one of our medics to bring you back from the graveyard, which has some interesting power dynamics there. But we go with you, and then bring back... That's 10 strength on our side. Then we bring back Stefan Skellen. That'll play 9 strength on their side, so we'll still be in the lead. And if we could even go with Yennefer after that, that's playing 7 strength on our side. And with her, we'd play a 7 strength spy, so we'd still be at a 1-point lead. And we'd be getting, what? We'd be on net, gaining a card each time we do that, right? So that might be worth doing. We do also have the melee nerf, that is right. So we could... how many spies do we have in our graveyard? You're not wrong. That could be a nifty thing to do. Yeah, what if we actually... What if we go with you, then Yennefer? That'll give us 8 strength. Then we go and play the 2 biggest, or 2 only spies we can play out of our graveyard here. Would give them 16 strength, which is too much. But we follow up with 1 more card. Does mean we are, to a certain extent, mitigating the effect of getting the card advantage from the spies if we do that, because we have to play an additional card with the melee nerf. But maybe that's worth doing, and then we can stick with our biggest spy, save you for round 3. If we were really keen on doing this right, then we would, you know, do the math. But that's some somewhat complicated math that I'm not too keen on doing right now. So I don't know. Guess we'll go that route here, because this way we'll at least get our or we can bring back our medic in a future round, in round 3. Oh, it actually did a random card? What? We didn't get to choose? Choose one card from your discard pile. It didn't let us pick. What the heck? That was strange. I mean, that was the card we were going to do. Probably. I mean, we actually have... Yeah, you're not a hero. For a second there, I saw, like, the gold around the edges. I thought, you're also a hero? What? So maybe there was only one option. That's why we ended up getting you by default. But no. Should still be another option here. Go with Yen. Get you out. Maybe I just, like, had my finger on the button. The select button. Okay, but then we get more cards. And this is... Oh, man. We drew into our best spy. I think we play this. And then we use our melee nerf after that. And then this is the card we'll end up using with our leader ability in round 3. I think we do that. More cards, and with those we got another hero, War 2, and 2 Imperial Brigades, okay. This is getting pretty interesting here. So I don't think we have any reason to play our other medic here. So let's just go with the melee nerf. Because, yeah, they are in the lead at this stage. We do need to make this happen. Okay. And now we pass and take this round with 1 card advantage. We were at a card disadvantage before all this previously. But now we can go and... I think we want to save our leader ability for last year. Because... I mean, we could even play the dragon, depending on what they end up doing in the melee row. That could potentially be a decent option, but probably going to be you. And with that, you know, the risk of doing it early is that they could use decoy and steal it back. So, but since we have 1 card advantage, we have last say, and we can make that the last thing we do. So in that case, I think what we do is we just start off with heroes, play it safe here. And we have a Scorch, so we can potentially use that pretty aggressively because we have a ton of heroes, so we can go a very long time before we have any cards that get Scorched ourselves. And we can, you know, if you want to use a Geralt, we can use a Geralt as well. See who plays a non-hero first. Oh, you have Gaunter! And do you have things to muster with it? You do. That also... Yeah, they're both the same. Gaunter Dim Darkness. Huh. I was expecting one to be darkness, one to be light, and one to be... who knows? But, okay, those are now both Scorchable. They would go down together. That'd be an 8-strength Scorch. That's a decent play. Is that worth doing here? Do we stick around and try to get greedier? See if they play any other 4-strength cards. It's not out of the question. The risk is that if they play anything that's 5-strength or higher, then suddenly that single card could become the thing that gets Scorched, and then, you know, unless it's 8 or higher, then it's not going to be as good as getting rid of these guys. Although, Nilfgaard does, as we are seeing in our current hand, have single cards that are worth 10 points. So maybe we do get a little greedy here. Let's continue playing our heroes and see if they play anything bigger for us to Scorch. We have that luxury. We can wait around. Now, Letho is a hero, so that's not going to work. And we played Letho, yeah, in round 1, right? So, can't do exactly what they're doing on this occasion. Yeah, I'm on. See, that's what we were waiting for. So yes, now this does become the card that gets Scorched. This is 10 strength, rather than just 8. So that's good. The Scorch has gotten better. Now if you play an additional 10 strength card later on, then that'd be even better. So we'll keep on playing our heroes. And just wait for you to play another card. It is 10 strength, yes, but it is a hero. And now... we're we're in a bit of a tricky place because we either Scorch now, we could use our Commander's Horn here and preemptively use that for what would be the best row. Probably range for these two. Imperial Brigades, when we have two of them, what do they amount to? They double themselves up to 6s each. Still not as good as a couple of 10s. 110 in the siege row. Not as good either. Now we will be able to use our... We're expecting to use our leader ability to get you, in fact, this spy. And that will mean that we can draw a couple more cards, and so we don't know. We might find that we happen to get a couple more strong siege cards, or could get a couple more Imperial Brigades, in which case, maybe it turns out that the melee will actually be better, or the siege will actually be better. So that's the risk we take. But I think, either way, we have enough strength in the range row that we'll be fine doubling that. It's okay. May not be perfect. Okay, now, we can't destroy you. Unfortunate as that may be, as much as I'd love to make that happen. So in that case, I think that means we're going leader to play that spy, or we're going Scorch. And you have 5 cards remaining, plus your leader. What is your leader ability? Abilities that restore unit to the battlefield, restore a randomly chosen unit. Oh, affects both players. Interesting, so that's why that was happening to us before. I see. Now, fortunately, we only had 2 spies, or 2 eligible units to bring back from our graveyard at the time, so it didn't matter. Those are the 2 we wanted anyway. But, like, if we were to start using a medic now, again, we only have 1 eligible unit, it would be our medic. So we'd medic into a medic, and our second medic would not have anything to bring back. So, that does mean that, I mean, these guys are actually... The first one of these guys is safe. This is only 3 strength here, so... Not going to get Scorched at all. Doesn't interrupt ours. Can still Scorch for 10. Now, if you play another one of those... And double them both up to 10... Suddenly you have 3 10 strength cards. That would be amazing. I'd love that. So... I'm thinking... Maybe we do try to... bide our time for we can wait 1 more turn if we use our leader ability now. Does mean we're playing a spy that they may end up swiping with a decoy if they have one. Don't know if they have one. They did use one, I think, in round 1, but they of course played a bunch of spies, so they might have gotten one back. But here goes nothing. And oh, we did get a random card, of course. Was it the one we wanted? Who did we end up getting in the process there? Who did we end up getting? Actually. Well, they have a different Gaunter. The normal Gaunter. He always grants exactly what you wish for. That's the problem. 2 strength in siege. Yeah, what did we get from it? I couldn't even tell. Oh, it's in our hand. Okay, I thought it immediately goes to the playing field. That's why. For some reason, I thought it immediately goes to the playing field. Okay. So... And Right, so they played Gaunter. He's 2 strength. That doesn't change much of anything. So, I think we play you. And we will get... our best spy. Dandelion, ooh, we'll... okay, we'll double. Now the highest card is this spy. We could destroy with Scorch. We may not want to do in case one of your last cards is a medic, so let's play you. And we will get... We're running out of cards at this, but now we have 2 Scorches. They're going to clear weather? Okay. So if that's one of their last 2 cards, that suggests that their last card is, well, not going to be much of anything here. So, I mean, it may be a medic, and they may just not have anything that they can bring back from their... No, they have at least something. They have several good things, in fact. So, I think we almost have to Scorch here, unless we could play another one of you. It double you both up to 6, and then that would still be safe. Even after round 1 of Scorching? Yeah, because round 1 of Scorch would get rid of you, and then round 2 would get rid of both of their 10s. That's not bad. That's not bad. I think we play you, and then we'll follow up with the double Scorch, because this will be their last card. What is it? They don't want to play it. It probably is Scorch, and they just don't want to use it on themselves. Well, hate to break it to you, buddy. It's gonna happen. And guess what? It's gonna happen again. And that is enough for us to take the lead, but we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Boost them up even more. Then we start playing our range cards. Those are getting doubled. And we'll play you. And we probably don't want to do this melee nerf. I suppose they might have had a nerf of some variety for their last card. That's also a possibility. Now this is going to bring back our other medic, who's not going to have anyone to bring back. Oh. Interesting. Once they've passed, their leader ability is no longer active. We can now choose what card to bring back, I guess? I don't know, but like we were saying, no one to bring back there. He does get boosted by 1, though. And, I mean, we could melee nerf if we really want to, but I don't think we do. We will just instead clobber you by nearly 100. Here we go.
Unbelievable.
And we get Consort in from him.
You
Okay,
cheated.
cool.
You must have something. Hexed me or whatnot.
Oh, I'd be careful with the gab, Hilbert. Afore Geralt takes a mind to demanding satisfaction.
You give it to him, you damn midget. You bearded pinchfist.
Oh,
Watch yourself, buddy.
Interest will be a right bit higher when that bugger next comes round asking for a loan.
Okay. So get some experience out of it. Oh, hold on. The game has decided to tab out.
Gerard of Rinby. I've heard many tales.
That's Gerard of Rinby. Heard many tales. We got more crowns than we expected? Okay. So, I mean, perhaps the more interesting thing is that we got the card, but we did get a decent amount of coins out of it. And then we were saying that it actually is fine to go down and search for the earring now. Optional meet Vivaldi's friends, 1 of 3. Yeah, let's take a quick look here at the quest. So meet Vivaldi's friends, 1 of 3. Oh, that guy technically wasn't one of his friends? So sit down when you're ready to take part in the auction. Oh, okay. So if we can control that and do that whenever we want, that'd be great. Find her earrings using your Witcher senses. But if these are optional, talking to these people here, then that suggests that maybe this is best to do next.
Vivaldi.
This is one of them.
The room for any and all to
Yaramir! Might we
Okay, don't go down. It's not there. Gotcha. Got it.
Greetings, Vivaldi. Who's this?
Geralt of Rivia, Witcher.
I thought you might have a blather with us about the paintings on the block today.
Ah, sniffing for a quick turnaround as usual, are we?
Pot calling the kettle black, I'd say. Do a lively trade in canvases yourself, my friend.
True. Yet first they delight my eyes, whereas you treat them as mere promissory notes. The only arts that interest you are those culinary. What about you, Witcher? Do you know anything about paintings?
Do we know a bit? I'm not sure we know a bit, but we'll say we know a bit.
Realize this might be hard to believe, given my crude-looking mug. But yeah, I know a thing or two.
Truly? We ought to see what.
Oh dear. Do we have any basis for making that claim?
Do you know our friend Vivaldi is in possession of 5 canvases by Van der Nobe? Yet he cannot distinguish them.
Oh, we should have looked at the paintings first. Yeah, that probably would have made some
these.
sense.
I shan't pretend it's otherwise.
Yet for you, my dear connoisseur Witcher, that should present not the
This guy's accent is
slightest
so strange.
problem. So do
Can't tell
tell
what it's
which
supposed to
of
be.
these is the handiwork of Edward van der Nobe, the master from Maribor?
Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, presumably if we had looked at them all, we might have known. If this is the answer, at least this is the truth, perhaps. May not be the answer, but it's the truth. Well, you see, Maribor is a different location, right? So, like, maybe it's not Novigrad? 20% chance of succeeding. Alright, take your pick. Good question. Should you bail me out here? Well, I mean, we could potentially see if the game happened to have autosaved and try reloading afterward and just make a point of looking at pictures before we talk to this guy. But I don't necessarily know as to whether that did happen or not. It may not have, in which case we shouldn't rely on that. So, I don't know. Maybe we take that chance and take a guess here, and then we'll see if we fail, which, you know, there's an 80% chance that we do, that then we'll try seeing if we can reload the old save, because we probably got the autosave trigger after we finish that round of Gwents, I hope, at least. So, yeah, you know, I'll just, like, close my eyes here and go up and down, and, you know, I don't even know, there's a non-zero chance that we, like, I know you can't see, it's not on camera, but, like, my eyes are closed right now. So, there's a chance that we end up on the no idea, which I think is all the way down on the bottom. So, I will just try to make a point not to go all the way down, but, other than that, we'll try. Oh, no! I went up too high up, and then it went back down to the bottom. In case you didn't believe me that my eyes were closed. Well, they were.
I admit, haven't the foggiest.
You needn't have said it.
There's a little quest if we get it right. Yeah,
Cruel-looking
so we
mug,
would like to do
as
it.
you put it, radiates ignorance. I bid you adieu.
Yeah, so we'll try to... We'll see if we can
What a
rewind the
jackass.
clock.
Ah, fuck him. Typical arstic cunt. I've grown accustomed.
Ooh, harsh words. Okay. I have no experience either. Let's try seeing if we can load from 5 minutes ago, hopefully. Hopefully this will do the trick. Because, yeah, we were... well, we had a 20% chance, assuming that I was going to take one of those 5 options, but I suppose if I was truly going full roulette mode, eyes closed, which I was, then it's actually 1 in 6 chance, so that's why we ended up with the no idea, which was obviously never going to be the answer. Okay. It's by V. Delinci. You don't say. Is it now? That's the battle. I don't know if he's actually going to ask us exactly the same question. Like, is he going to be looking for the Maribor dude? Commander Noob. He's a noob! Still life. Barvari. Oh. Wait, what? Thought... What was the word I was looking for? This is the battle by Delinci on oil canvas. Do we only need to remember one of these, or do we actually need to remember all of them? Burner. Port Burner. Delinci battle. Port Burner, Delinci battle. I'm not going to remember this up. Spice Merchant. Noob. Spice Noob. Port Burner. Battle Delinci. Battle Delinci. Spice Noob. Port Burner. Ego... Boston? And... Still... Vivari Life. I'm not going to remember any of these 6. I'm attempting to combine the... correlate those 2 things in my mind. It's not gonna happen, I'm telling you this right now. But Ego Boston. Life of Barvari. Don't raise your expectations just because I'm looking at these over and over again. It's not gonna change anything. I'm not gonna get this right, I'm telling you right now. Merchant Noob. Alright. We'll save just before. I mean, we did have a menu or autosave that seemed to be just before this conversation, so it's not really gonna make a difference, but here goes nothing.
Yaramir, might we trouble ye a wee spell?
Greetings, Vivaldi. Who's this?
Geralt of Rivia, Witcher.
I thought
Okay,
you might have
so
a
we
weather
know
with
about this
us. About the
conversation.
paintings on
Spice
the wall
Noob.
today.
Is it gonna be the Spice
sniffing
Noob?
for a quick
I don't think it's gonna be the
turnaround
Spice
as
Noob, but we'll see.
usual, are we?
Pot calling the kettle
Can at least
black, I'd
process of
say.
elimination a little bit,
Do a lively
if we
tour of
remember some of them.
campuses yourself.
Da Vinci was the battle, or Da Vinci was the battle.
Yet first they delight my eyes, whereas you treat them as mere promissory notes. The only arts that interest you are those culinary. What about you, Witcher? Do you know anything about paintings?
A bit.
Realize this might be hard to believe, given my crude-looking mug. But yeah, I know a thing or two.
Truly? We ought to see what.
Okay. Which one is it? Do you want to know about?
Do you know our friend Vivaldi is in possession of 5 canvases by
Noob.
Van der
Spice
Noob?
Noob.
Yet he cannot distinguish them from landscapes at 5 crowns apiece.
I shan't pretend it's otherwise.
Yet for you, my dear connoisseur Witcher, that should present not the slightest problem. So
It's the Spice
do
Noob,
tell
of
which
course.
of these is the handiwork of Edward van der Noob, the
He's the Spice
master
Noob.
from Maribor.
Yeah, I was focusing on the word Maribor, and I didn't see the word Maribor when we were looking at the pictures, but he's the Spice Noob. Obviously. Duh. Geralt's
Ready?
expression.
Merchant with the pearl, no two ways about it.
My. Who would have thought? Might I have a word in private?
I left university because of art history. Yeah, I mean,
Forgive me.
don't
my
necessarily have anything
ignorance.
against art history.
First,
Just,
I
you know, it
thought
is
you an ignoramus.
11:30 and I've been streaming for 6.5
Vivaldi's
hours, so it does make it kind of hard to be at 100%.
I feel I should apologize in the tone, so I shall tell you a secret. A Van Row is due to appear on the block. The painter's unknown largely, but has a fierce admirer in Marcus Hodgson, a bookseller, has his shop in Novigrad's
His
main
accent is
square.
so weird.
I
What is it?
wager You'll sell him the canvas at a tidy profit.
Thanks.
Oh, think nothing of it. Now, please excuse me. My friend's beckoning.
It just sounds like he has one accent and he's trying to cover it. He's trying to make it sound like something
what
else,
did he
but he's
tell
not
you?
doing a very good job at it. I also totally spaced out for that entire conversation and processed absolutely none of it. Not gonna lie. I kid you not, not a single word of that registered. So, buy it? Nothing special? I vaguely remember that he brought up this name, said that this was gonna show up. As to the significance of that, I don't remember. Like I said, in one ear, out the other, brain didn't process it. Keep it for ourselves. We want bigger profits. Yeah, it's, okay. It's no big deal, you know. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Nothing special.
Truly? Huh. Shame that. Alright, let's go. Ink spot upon ink spot. Sheer number of them's doing me heed in.
And we get some experience.
Funny.
Art history.
Duke Clivet declared bankruptcy. But that ring on his finger. Shite, is it fat?
Okay. There's one more person for us to talk to, right? That's friend number 2 or 3. These townspeople? Where's the last friend?
The cat-eyed one. That's Gerard of Rinby. I've heard many tales. Your grey
Is that so?
mane really does suit you.
Why, thank you.
Oh, I don't know you, and I don't wish to.
It's not what your friend says. Who's left here? Where's the last friend? Up here? This dude? Gotta be, right?
Vivaldi.
On the balcony?
Perusing
Just don't go down?
the
Okay.
For any and all to fleece.
I think it's this dude.
We've an exceptional auction ahead, dear folk.
Ah, okay. This is the
Some spilled
earring?
wine. Nothing else.
Perhaps, unless
There's no earring out here, is there?
None.
Maybe the Countess would care to explain what this is about, all jokes aside.
Forgive me. God, this is so embarrassing.
hate to watch a Witcher go, but you'd love to see him leave.
Do you know Vesemir?
Yes.
Was he shorter than you, wore a mustache?
Do I know him? Man taught me everything I know.
What?
Yeah, I thought
Yes.
so.
If you don't mind my asking.
About that. About that. I would like to say both of these things. I hope that we can still say this after we go this route, but how close are you?
Don't mind at all. But before I answer, I also wouldn't mind knowing how you knew each other.
Oh, I've told no one. Not ever. But I suppose I owe you an explanation. It was the winter of 1234. A beast prowled the streets of Oxenford. A fledder, I believe. A contract was issued, a notice posted, and a witcher appeared. Vesemir, of the School of the Wolf.
Oh,
He came to
so
our
dreamy.
estate, tracking the beast. Our eyes met. Something sparked. I wrote him a message, asked my governess to deliver it. He visited, under the cover of night, night after night. On one such occasion, my father heard something. Vesemir had to flee. So quickly, he left behind his gambeson.
The first piece. The start of your collection.
Yes, but also
Okay.
the end of our love.
Uh,
Father had an arrest warrant issued, then quickly married me off. I was fortunate. My husband died young, leaving me a sizable fortune. And thus, I have lived on memories.
oh boy, that doesn't make this any easier, does it? Does not make this any easier. Hate to break it to you, but yeah, about that.
Afraid I have bad news.
Oh? Please tell me, did he at least die like a witcher?
That is absolutely true.
No.
Very noble. Oh,
He died
oh,
like a hero.
there we go. Good, good.
There is that. I thank you for tolerating a decrepit madwoman so elegantly.
Please don't say that.
I am old and I am wealthy. I may say what I please. And now, be so kind and leave me to my thoughts.
Oh. That's so sad.